So what's going on, guys? Welcome to our first pre-module 2D Essential Drawing. And here we'll learn to make 2D sketch from the Autodesk Inventor 2024. But before that, we have three objectives. The first point is students are able to use engineering drawing as a standard communication medium in engineering. The second point is students understand the function of each 20 tools on Autodesk Inventor 2024. The last point is students are capable to edit 20 sketches with Autodesk Inventor 2024. Okay, so now we'll move with the overview. Autodesk Inventor is a 3D mechanical solid modeling design software developed by Autodesk in 1999. To create 3D digital prototypes such as 3D model visualization, part assembly, engineering drawing, and digital product design. Now, we move to sketch color. The black sketch color indicates a sketch that is fixed or fully constrained. Next, the blue sketch color indicates pre-selected sketch geometry. The green color indicates a sketch that is under constrained geometry. And the last, purple sketch indicates a sketch that its projected edges are linked to other sketch or part geometry. Now, we have feature. Panel Sketch tab is used to choose a plane for your design, while Panel Create tab is used to make a sketch in a few types of choice. Projected geometry is used to make a new sketch using the active geometry. Modify is used as editing tools for our design sketch. And in the sketch creation process, some simple things may become an inconvenience if done manually, such as creating a pattern of a geometry, mirroring a huge part of a sketch, and then more. Okay, so the first thing we have to do here is open your first pre-module file. Make sure you have changed your name, FRI, and name in the name file. And just click open. And now you can see the pre-module 1. Okay, now adjust the view using Cube View and adjust them to the front view. To edit or change a finished sketch, you can right-click at Sketch 1, then use Edit Sketch. Now, zoom in with your scroll and let's get started off with line. Lines are used to create a necessary line and shape it into any design that you need. Okay, so the first thing we have to do here is you can create a line and type the dimension as example above. Okay, now we will try another way to make line. Now, make a line with any length, but with the direction according to the instruction. So, we can use dimension to adjust the size of your line specifically and precisely. You just need to set your dimension and boom, the line is changed. Next, we have spline. You can find spline by extend the line tools and see there are two types. The first type of spline is called Spline Control Vortex. You can draw it using the helping point provided. Now, the second type is spline interpolation. You can draw it using the points, and you can see the difference with the Spline Control Vortex. And yep, you're done. Okay, now let's move on to circle. There are two types of circle called circle center point and circle tangent. Use circle center point and type the dimension according to the instruction, and a circle has been made. Okay, the next circle feature is circle tangan. Circle tangan are made with the help of 3 lines. Click each line needed to make a circle, just like that. Now, let's move on to fillet. Fillets are used to trim away the corner at the intersection of two sketch entities to create a tangan arc. All you need to do here is to set the radius and select the entities that you need to fillet. And you can apply it all to the all corner. And next, let's try chamfer. Chamfer has a function to apply projection sketch entities in 2D and 3D sketch. You can make equal distance, different distance, and distance with certain angle. And just apply to the whole corner is the same as fillet. And then try another dimension and select the entities that you need to chamfer. Right-click on the dimension and choose delete on the each side to make the sketch more cleaner. Now we go to the move session. You can figure it out, the function, just by its name. The first thing you need to do here is click select and block the entities that you want to move. Then click base point to decide which point will act as your base and choose anywhere you want. And move the entities. Next, we go with the trim. This tool has a function to trim a curve to the nearest intersecting curve or selected boundary geometry. For example, and just like that. Now we move to the second row. Yup, ellipse. Like its name, it used to make an oval or ellipse. You can find ellipse tool if you expand circle tool. Choose the center point, and then left click to the right side and down side. Even it wasn't an ellipse, you can just still adjust the dimension and just set the size. Next one, we have arc. Arc 3 point can create an arc using 3 points. The function of the 3 points are as the start, end, and its radius. First one, we use 3-point arc and select 3 points that we'll use as the reference. Next, we'll use arc center point. You can create a nose plane interpolation in order to prove the function of this arc. So use the arc center point at the whole point and set the dimension as in the video. And the last one, we'll use arc tangan that has a function to create an arc tangan to another entity. Click on the endpoint and connect them to the whole point. Now, let's move on to rectangle. There are 4 types of rectangle, but you only need to try the first and second type in this video. The first one is 2-point rectangle that can create rectangle using 2 points for the middle corner. The first point is the starter and the second point is to define width and height. Next one, we have 3-point rectangle. The 3 points needed to define length, direction, and adjacent side. Link all the helping point and another rectangle. Now, let's move on to scale. Scale are used to increase or decrease the size of the selected sketch geometry. What you need to do here is block the sketch, define the scale vector, select the base point, and set the dimension. Don't forget to apply, and you're done. Now, let's take a look on offset. Offset are used to duplicate a selected sketch geometry and dynamically offset it from the original. You can put a distance for your offset, and it will shown on your sketch. Try to make an inside and in the outside. Then, we have rectangular. Rectangular are used to duplicate selected sketch geometry and arrange it in rows and columns. First, you need to select geometry of the sketch you want to duplicate. Then, click the arrow in distance 1 and select the other entities that represent whether it was column or row. We can use the flip feature to change the direction of the sketch and set the direction that we want. Okay, next, let's move on circular. Circular are used to duplicate selected sketch geometry and arrange it in arc or circular pattern. It's more or less the same as rectangular, but you can choose an axis instead of distance. You just need to define the count and angle. As you can see here, we can also adjust the degree. Okay, next, let's draw some slots. There are two kinds of slots, linear slot and arc slot. For linear slot, it is divided into three different types as well: slot center to center, slot overall, and slot center point. And here, we'll use slot center to center. You can drag them from the start point to the end point and just set the dimension. While for the arc slot, it is divided into two types: slot 3-point arc and slot center point arc. Here, we'll use slot 3-point arc. Do the same thing and set the size. Okay, next, let's move on to polygon. Polygons are used to create polygonal shapes with up to 120 sides. You can easily adjust the number of sides and setting column. There are two kinds of polygon: inscribed and circumscribed. Each one of them only differentiated by its position of a center point. As you can see, we'll see the difference of the center point. The next one is text. If you need to write down some description on your active sketch, you can use text tool. The first type of text are used to write down a linear text, while geometry text are used for geometry entities. Okay, first, you only need to write down the text. If you want to change the setting, make sure to block the text first in order to save the change. Click OK, and if you're done, drag and adjust the text. As for geometry text, you will need a geometry entities to start with. Write down any text and set up the setting. As you can see, the texts are hanging upside down, but don't worry, we can change the setting. Double click on the text. We can change the setting to inside, counterclockwise direction, and fit the text. And tada! the text fit nicely into its geometry line. And the last feature in the editing tools is mirror. This tool creates a mirrored copy of a sketch across an axis. What you guys need to do is select the sketch with blocking them, and then use a mirror line, and click apply and done. Okay, next, with mirror tool, you don't always need additional sketch to help you with, because you can use your own line in your sketch. And last but not least, there are constraints. As you can see, there are 12 constraints that you can use to help you sketch a geometry relationship with other sketch. But here, we'll only try 3. Okay, the first one, we have coincident, that used to constrain points to other geometries 2D and 3D sketch. The second one is concentric. Concentric are used to close two arcs, circle, and ellipse. The first selected sketch geometry will move on the second selected sketch and share the same center point. It depends on who was selected first, because that any tools will be the one that move out. And the last one is tangen. Tangen are used to constrain curves, including ends of a spline, to be tangen to other curves. Select tangen, use the first sketch and use the second sketch. The constraint will constantly happen. Okay, next, do the same thing to the second example. And now we have finished the introduction and practice. Before you guys save your file, please finish the sketch. And don't forget to save your file. Bye guys!